Joining us on NDTV is BJP's Naveen MLC. Can you tell us about what was your purpose of visit here?
Today we had our governing council meeting here. I'm from past few years I'm the governing council member. Not only just me, there are about 14-15 of them who are governing council members. Usually the governing council member, as a governing council, it takes stock of all the education institutions that is being run by the Mutt. We have more than close to about 400 schools and colleges up to medical college. So usually governing council meets regarding the management of all these institutions and the affairs of
Has the decision been taken yet?
Decision as what?
What's the way forward next?
No, we have today the governing council met for one reason is that the earlier administrator Shri Basurajan, he was taken back into the Mutt about 4-5 months back with certain preconditions that they had some legal cases against Mutt regarding some property and things like that. So it was under condition he was taken back that he has to withdraw those cases and transfer back the assets and things like that. Once he was taken back, apparently that is what I got to know in the meeting, that he has not stuck to whatever the legal cases,
the agreement
of what the property issues and things like that.
Now, since it's in this Mutt is in the center of controversy, have you all decided what is the way forward for the educational institutions?
Well, yesterday evening, most of the education institution heads, principals, their meeting has happened. So this whatever is the current crisis that is looming over the Mutt and Swamiji and the case and all that. So one unanimous decision has been made that no student or no college should have any say bad effect, or their education issues should not get.
So the business is continuing as usual.
I mean, it has to go through because there are students who have come from very far off places. They have come there because of this crisis that is here for some personal animosity between the.
So have you met the Seer? Have you met him?
Yes, I just met him. Very briefly.
Now, you represent the party, the BJP, right? Had it been a common man or a layman, right, the first thing that you would see the step, taken by the police is immediately arresting the accused, questioning the accused, investigating the accused. In this particular case, it's a joke. You see BJP leaders making a beeline to meet him, especially a Seer who has POCSO charges. What is your reaction to that? Because you yourself are here.
No, see, regarding that, it is not coming to the Mutt in relativity to the case of the whatever has happened. My intention to visit the Mutt was only to purely because I am part of the education institution governing council. So the students' issues should not go out of this thing, and no student should suffer because of whatever is internally happening.
Right.
As a legislator, I have very clearly I have reiterated that the legal process should take place as per whatever is the law of the land, and whoever is the culprit and whatever is the gravity of the case, the investigating police officials should go ahead and take. I mean, I don't know what is this thing. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal background person. I don't know what is the process of law. But whatever is the process of law, however the process of law is supposed to be taken, that needs to be taken is what is my stand as a legislator, as a party person. And we have full faith in our police investigation. I think the police are already on the job. Police have come. They have investigated, started the investigation. They have visited, according to what I have seen in media, they have visited the location wherever the the affected children, whoever has made the allegation, they have got them here and they have done investigation.
Right. I must tell you this, there are sources, several of the sources within the police who are investigating. They say they have pressure from the government. That's what they say. So what is your reaction to that? Because you've had B.S. Yediyurappa himself, rallying behind him. You have Somana rallying behind him. You have several ministers in support of a person who's been accused of sexual charges.
No, I will make it very clear. Our Chief Minister, Mr. Sri Basaraj Bommai, our Home Minister, Sri Araga Gnanendra ji, has made it very clear time and again. Even yesterday they have made that statement that the police investigation is on track and they are following all the whatever rules laid out in the rule book, and they are going ahead with it. There is no pressurizing or there is no hiding of the matter or anything like that. Because if you if you think, that was the situation, definitely the FIR that has been filed in Mysore, according to you, if there was government involvement, the first thing is, if the government ever wanted to do anything like that, the FIR would not have fallen in place. So the very basic thing of FIR is filed, and the case has been transferred to Chitradurga, and the police have taken up the investigation, and the investigation officer, he's been coming to Mutt every single day. Itself shows that the investigation...
So you must understand, I believe the Odanadi actually, took this forward and ensured that an FIR is registered in Mysuru. I believe if it was in Chitradurga, wouldn't have probably happened, because you're looking at several BJP ministers themselves supporting. Is the BJP worried if in case they act too fast, swiftly, by getting him arrested or taking him in custody, will you lose your vote bank? Are you worried of that?
Definitely, we are a government, we are a party that is in power. We will have to follow, we will follow the rules laid by the legislation and the constitution. There is no way that the government want to, bypass or do anything like that. And I don't know what these Vadanadi people are saying, that Vadanadi pressurized to do this and things like that. We don't even know who this NGO is and all that stuff. All have come to, this place today is because of the education institutions that is being run by the Mutt
should not be affected.
Should not be affected, and especially the students' life should not get into jeopardy because of the issues that has happened.
So all the girls have been moved out?
The hostel girls, because they, I think they were in the very apprehension because of so many people, police presence in the campus. And also this media is coming. I think they will be, obviously they're very young children, they'll be very scared, and psychologically it's very hurting to see so many things happening in their neighborhood, the hostel and things like that. So probably keeping that in mind, the government and the DC, Deputy Commissioner here, has made a decision to move them out from here.
Okay, one last question. If the BJP ministers and several leaders can even give a clean chit to him, to Seer Dr Shivamurthy, I'm sure you can also answer this. Do you think he will be arrested if all the law and rules are being followed?
See, I don't want to jump the gun. Don't want to make a statement. I just have reiterate whatever I had just spoken earlier. The law is taking its course. Okay. Whatever is happening, what is supposed to be done under the law, I think our police officers and our government is competent enough to take care of that.
Thank you, Mr. Naveen. That was Naveen, who was here to, of course, take stock of the situation and to understand what really is happening with the educational institution. But it's important to note here, several of the BJP leaders themselves have been rallying behind the Seer. That is also a message that's being sent out to say that, of course, this is one major vote bank as far as the Lingayat community for Karnataka is concerned. But again, tomorrow the anticipatory bail hearing is going to come up in the court here, in the magistrate court here in Chitradurga. What will pan out, what can happen, is something we have to wait and watch out. In Chitradurga, with Govind Srija for NDTV.